of the live visuals that are coming in. Our reporter Anand Patel is joining us with the very latest. He's also tracking this cavalcade very, very closely at the moment. He is going to be following the car at the moment. It takes roughly about 2.5 to 3 hours to reach Hathras, but our car is following the cavalcade extremely closely at the moment. Anand Patel is with us. Anand, you've started following the convoy of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. There's Randeep Singh Surjewala and K.C. Venugopal as well, who just passed the DND too. So an entire cavalcade of the Congress party leaders on their way to Hathras, but a political face-off perhaps in the offing as the prohibitory orders are in place in Hathras. And correct me if I'm wrong, it would take roughly about 2.5 to 3 hours from now for this entire cavalcade to reach Hathras?
Yes, this is what the time it usually takes to reach Hathras, 2.5 to 3 hours. It remains to be seen as to what will happen once the motorcade reaches the border of Hathras, because here it was anticipated that the cops might try to stop them and tell them that prohibitory orders are there in Hathras and they'll not be allowed to travel, but that didn't happen. So it remains to be seen as to what kind of face-off takes place once the motorcade reaches the border of Hathras, and that's when the altercation or the face-off might take place. It's a repeat of what we saw last year when both Rahul and Priyanka were stopped at the UP borders when they were traveling to Western UP to meet the family members of the people who were killed in police action during the anti-CA protests in Western UP. So a similar thing playing out here in Uttar Pradesh. Once again, Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are heading towards Hathras, and they are flanked by senior leaders of the Congress party. Chaiti, let me tell you, K.C. Venugopal is the secretary organization, general secretary organization. Randeep Surjewala, another general secretary, and he is also the chief spokesperson of the Congress party. He is also going there alongside the Uttar Pradesh Congress Committee President Ajay Kumar Lallu. So all the top leaders are heading towards the Hathras, which is the ground zero, Chaiti, for the last 3-4 days, ever since the news came in that the Nirbhaya passed away due to these injuries she had received while she was gang raped and assaulted brutally by assailants in her village in Hathras, and following which she had to be admitted in a hospital, local hospital, and then later on shifted to Safdarjung Hospital. But the Congress party is saying that the UP government was completely trying to hush the matter. They were not taking it seriously. The gang rape charges were not pressed in, and also the kind of medical facilities which were to be provided to her was not given to the family, because of which the girl passed away.
And not just that, you know, Anand, Tanushree was the one to report through which the entire nation knew the truth of what really transpired right there, the manner and methodology in which the cremation took place without the family members being present as well, with the police right there, the local administration being extremely evasive as well. It was almost like a dagger through the constitution of this country.
Well, certainly no doubt about this, and this is what is playing out. We have seen reactions after reactions from all the opposition political parties. They have also woken up to this reality as to what is happening in Uttar Pradesh. The manner in which the cops tried to hush up the matter, the administration burnt the body of the victim in the dark of night at 2:30 a.m., that too in the absence of the family members. This has not happened. I have not seen such a thing happening, such an action by the police and administration. So the question is as to why they did it. They feared that if the body is not cremated in time, it might lead to further protests, and it might lead to further worsening of the law and order situation in the state. And the political parties might take advantage of that. Perhaps that's the reason why the administration acted in such a hurry. But that has boomeranged the entire action which the police took place, because the family is alleging that they were not even allowed to see the dead body when it reached the village. And as per the Hindu, rituals, the body is not cremated during night, not even after sunset. It was done at 2:30 a.m., which is completely against the Hindi rituals. And this is what is being questioned by the opposition party as to what was the hurry. What is the government trying to hide from the general public and the family? And then the Congress party is going hammers and tongs about this entire issue. Priyanka Gandhi is demanding resignation of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, who is also the Home Minister. And the entire responsibility, the Congress party is saying, lies on Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, because he is the one who controls the Home Department and the police. And the manner in which the police have acted, they didn't lodge the FIR for almost a week. Only if it was after the media started reporting it vigorously that the police swung into action and slapped severe charges against those who were involved.
And not just that, the family was robbed of the chance to take their daughter home for one last time and be present for their last rite as well. And that is something that is enraging the entire nation today. You are seeing opposition parties. We got you the visuals of Samajwadi Party in protest. We're getting you visuals of the Congress in protest. Priyanka and Rahul Gandhi, along with other several Congress leaders, are on their way to Hathras as well. Anand, give us a perspective of how the other political parties in opposition are reacting and standing up to what really transpired by the ruling establishment and the administration in UP.
Well, yes, we have seen reactions from all the opposition parties, including SP and BSP, who came in late on this issue. Remember, it was the Congress party which started protests against this entire issue. Priyanka Gandhi started tweeting it, Rahul Gandhi tweeted it, and then now we see, since yesterday, we see reactions coming in from Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party as well. Questions are being asked as to why BSP, which claims itself to be predominantly a party which fights for Dalit rights, and we've seen Mayawati, whenever she comes to power in Uttar Pradesh, laws are being made especially to safeguard the interests of the Dalits in the state. So clearly questions are being asked as to why she was not reacting earlier. But now, yes, we have seen reactions from Mayawati as well. She has condemned the entire episode and also lashed out at the Yogi government, the way the issue has been handled. Clearly, a lot of responsibility lies on the state administration. They've been maintaining that the brutality, to the extent it is being reported in the media, is not true. They're also saying that it was the family which didn't wanted to bring the girl to Delhi. All sorts of theories are being propagated, and also a video was put out saying that some of the family members were present at the cremation. But the fact remains, Chaiti, here is, why did the police act in such a hurry? We've never seen such a thing happening. We've seen...
And after acting in such a hurry, after that midnight cremation, without the family members being present right there, or without their consent for that matter, now there are prohibitory orders in place in Hathras. Section 144 has been imposed, which means that not more than 5 people can be allowed to be gathered in Hathras as well. What was the need to impose Section 144 in Hathras at the moment? What are you picking up on that front, Anand?
Yes, certainly yes, because we spoke to a lot of Congress workers here also. We spoke to the in charge of the Congress party for Hathras districts. He was saying that he was there in the village till last night, when all of a sudden the policemen swooped down and asked everybody to step out, including the media, and the entire village has been cordoned off, and the media and outsiders were asked to leave the perimeter of the village, because the entire village has been declared a containment zone because of some policemen who've tested positive. And also Section 144 imposed...
coming in have tested positive. Only 3 policemen. Do we have reports of more people testing positive for it to even qualify to be a containment zone?
Well, so far no, because this is what we have been picking up from the UP administration since morning. They have been maintaining, not coming on record, but maintaining that it is because of the policemen who've tested positive. They don't want the COVID to spread in the entire village. and that will be a difficult situation to manage. So that is the reason they are citing, at least for now, not to allow any outsider into the village and the entire village being cordoned off. It remains to be seen as to what kind of a standoff or showdown takes place once these Congress leaders who are on their way towards Hathras takes place, because obviously Section 144 imposed in the village and in Hathras, the cops certainly will try to stop.
Questions are going to be asked, and the UP administration will have to be answerable to all the questions that are being put forth by media. It will have to answer all the questions that have been put forth by different political parties in opposition as well, given the kind of horrific nature of crime that took place in Hathras.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.